seen
What's going on, good people? Yours truly, EZDZ. Another episode of Chop Shop. We better get in here and crank up on this wet Monday. Hope everybody's out there safe and sound from Hurricane Little Debbie. She came through and did some damage. East Tampa, we got to get them flood areas together, man. Progress Village is underwater as we speak, man. They out there rafting.
Shout out to Uncle Dade, man. I hope he all right out there. He can swim. He kind of tall. He should be straight. He about 6'4", 6'5".
He kind of tall.
So let's go and get into this week's episode. As normal, my brother's kicking over to my far right, the one and only infamous Greg Doss, a.k.a. Ruff. What's going on, young man? How you feeling tonight?
First of all, I ain't far right on nothing. In fact, since we're going to speak about it, Debbie is the appropriate name for a hurricane, and she can wipe out, figuratively speaking, Rick Scott, because his opponent in the upcoming election, his name is Debbie. So I didn't care if her name was Debbie, what's her name, Dolly Madison, or anything else. Anything but that clown.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. It took a while, but we got it out there, so I appreciate it. Thank you. And to his left, the one and only man, back come from bereavement, man, a couple weeks down. I'm glad to have him back. World famous Waldo Dade City's own. How you feeling tonight, brother?
You welcome.
There we go. Special guest tonight, I'm sitting between these two divas as we get into the show. We're going to get into entrepreneurship, artistry, poetry, just a lot of big things going on. Okay. I see Dawson lit up. So to my left, one and only Tonya Russell, entrepreneur, realtor. What's the name of the business again?
Actually, just to correct you a little bit, it's Tonya Lavender, but it's Tonya Russell.
Okay, Tonya Lavender. Okay, I still have to be correct. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh,
DD was a light. You got the blue M&Ms in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, appreciate it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so I'm real estate broker for Flourishing Foundations Realty Group.
Okay.
And I've been in real estate for about 24 years. You know that.
Okay.
Long time. So.
Yes, ma'am. And the other special guest all the way covered there from Houston, H-Town.
Okay.
Get your snaps out. Get your snaps. Get your snaps.
You can clap. You can
The one and only, the one and only Blcqwildflwr artist entrepreneur. Welcome, both of y'all ladies. Welcome to Chop Shop.
The home of Lily Grove Missionary Baptist Church and Terry Anderson, Pastor Anderson. Yeah.
In Houston. What's the church called again?
Lily Grove.
You heard of that?
I have not.
Okay.
Some people do this.
Long as it ain't
church, you know?
That's all right.
As long as it ain't Joe Osteen church, we good.
Hey man,
Well,
listen,
let's get into
it. Sometimes I didn't take my medicine. I've been diagnosed. So I'll say something about him, but go ahead.
Wow.
He all the way live tonight, so get yourself ready later. I'm letting you know now. That's not he is not. The comments are not indicative of Chop Shop. It's only on Greg Doss and Greg Doss only. So let's get into it. Sister Lavender, you know, we go back East Lake Ball. So Tonya actually married us.
I was
me
there.
and Lisa, yeah. Waldo's the best man in my wedding.
No, I wasn't on time. I
He was
was
a little
there.
tardy, but he came.
But he showed up.
I was outside waiting, like, Waldo, you close? He like, I'm in the area. I'm coming. I'm like, okay. Everybody waiting on you. Cause Tyler, I got something I got to do. I'm like, Waldo, can you please? I'm coming, D. I'm like, okay, Waldo. So let's move forward. So let's get into what you've been doing. I mean, your path is, you've always had that corporate hustle in you, entrepreneurship. So what made you take the leap now to get my own thing going? How'd that come together?
Well, actually, I have, to be honest with you, my why was my children. My daughter, my two sons. That was my why that made me decide to be an entrepreneur, because I was a single mother for a long time. And at that time, I was a single mother. I was working and I was going to school. And I always said that when I had kids, I wanted to give my kids more than I had. Not that we didn't have. I had 8 siblings. But we still, you know.
Yeah, shout out to Mama out there. Mama still doing hair?
Hey, 80 years old. Still.
Okay, go ahead, Mama. That's a blessing.
But I decided, it was one day, honestly, real estate wasn't something that I decided to do. I was working at Memorial Hospital. I was working at the hospital. And I had
Memorial.
1994. But I had a couple that used to come in there, and they used to come in there, I'm not lying, every couple months and get plastic surgery, paying cash. So I'm like, dang. So I finally asked them one day what they did.
And they said,
You asked them that, like, what you do?
Yeah, what y'all doing in here?
Wow.
Off the salon, right?
Y'all changing your whole body in here, man. What y'all doing in here,
They do
man?
that over
That's
there.
different.
right.
They
You know, 1994 now, you coming in and you paying cash and you getting all this plastic surgery.
You wanted to know if they were selling drugs or
Well,
not.
I mean, well, no. I'm
Okay.
just saying.
All right, y'all know.
Generalizing, okay. Generalizing. Call it like it is, generalizing, but go ahead, keep going.
So they end up telling me what they were doing. You know, at that time they were both realtors, and the husband's like, "You would be perfect. You got that gift of gab." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." But I started to think about it because it kept coming in at night, you know. But I really, it was not until I did the research on the real estate and what it involves. It wasn't just because of the money, but it was one of the things is that I can become my own boss.
And the money don't hurt either.
The money was good.
Okay.
So, but in real estate, especially when you start, it's 100% commission. So you still got to work. But I did that for a long time. I actually got my real estate license, and I worked for New Millennium Homes as their land acquisition specialist for a long time. And then I decided, okay, I'm selling, and I got to get somebody some of my money. So I decided to become a real estate broker. And from there, my why was not just my kids at that time, but it was people that looked like us that did not know that they can afford a house. They were paying rent.
Talk about that.
You know what I mean? They were paying rent, and they had a good little job, and they had good credit, but unfortunately, and it was sad, they didn't even know what their credit score was. You ask, what's your credit score? Well, what you mean? You know, when I went to get that my cell phone, they checked it. So I began to start to educate myself on affordable housing back then when it was really affordable. And so my why was because now it's
Back then, I heard it. Rewind. Rewind.
So that was my why then, and from then, even when I got my license, it was what they call a man's world. So I hit a lot of no's, and to the point where I was like one of they used to call me Miss Real Estate, Mr. Lots, because I could do it. I could buy the lots and the houses or whatever. So I decided to just continue to educate myself. And now what I do is I'm a real estate broker still. I changed the name from Tonya Russell Realty, and it's Flourishing Foundations Realty Group. But I try to do everything I can to help, not just people that look like us, but anybody who is not making six figures or, you know, what have you, educate them on buying a house and investments and all that stuff there. So
you don't want to help nobody if they're making six figures?
no, I want to help them,
Oh,
but
okay,
that's not
that's-
my why. I
oh,
sleep
okay.
better when I help somebody.
Okay,
who-
okay, I
you know
got
what
you.
I mean?
Just need a little clarity, that's all.
So that's just, I mean, that's kind of what I do.
Like you defend all offensive.
What is it?
Then he can help when she want to help.
I know, right?
I know
Need
she
help,
can.
you.
I was just seeking it might be somebody that won't help, but
Absolutely.
she might be done turned them away. I don't
That's
want
Well,
to
no,
do
Yeah.
that.
wait. I'm not going to turn them away.
Okay, all right. That's all I wanted to
Everybody
know.
money the same way, but for me,
The
first for
important
me
is
is going to be people who actually don't know they can afford to buy a house. Anybody can sell $1 million house. I mean, I got some houses now that $1 million, $2 million, or what have you. That doesn't give me the gratification as when I can have somebody who can buy a house under $400,000 or $300,000, and whether they getting down payment assistance or not, but not knowing that they can't buy. So that's me. That's my why. That's why I do what I do. Commission is good, but that's not why I do it.
That's a character thing. I actually applaud that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think piggybacking on what
Because I
you were
don't care about
saying,
these.
Clapping your hand,
I don't care about these Negroes that much. So
That's what you
yeah,
say.
I ain't.
And I guess people in the trailers either, huh?
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
but I think
Okay.
I think the biggest thing though, like you spoke about, is that a lot of people don't have the education and not knowing. So a lot of times when people are buying the house at one time sounded so far off, so unattainable.
Unreachable, that's right.
Unreachable. So, you go back, like you say, in the 90s, a lot of people were not, they were just, I'm gonna get an apartment. I'm gonna ride this until I.
So I mean, I say so when I bought my first house, which I bought my first house in 2019. So
Okay.
when I bought my first house, I didn't really realize it was gonna be cheaper than the apartment I was staying in. So once I did, I was like, man, I should have been did this.
That's right.
And we got more space, more bedrooms, and it's cheaper. Now I
And
don't
it's
know about
yours.
and I don't know about now though, cause as soon as we bought our house, everything started going up in 2019.
Right.
But the thing about it is too, like you said, okay, a lot of people they'll come now. They say, "Oh, I want to find something to rent." my first question is, have you thought about buying? Oh, no, it's too expensive to buy a house. But you rather pay somebody else's rent versus buying a house. Buying your home is not just your home, it's an investment for you. Because at the end of the day, if you own a home, you'll never be broke. As long as you got equity in it. Because if something happens with your job, you can always borrow against your home or what have you. It's your home. So you're paying your mortgage. So my goal is to tell everybody, like you said, you didn't realize until you bought it. And then, but education, like Dara said, is the key. You have a lot of individuals out here that are in real estate that their main goal is a commission check.
Right.
It's not about educating people. I do a lot of educating with people, and I don't get paid for it.
So
You know?
I'll tell you. So it is a lot of people, like especially real estate agents that they looking for the numbers. All they trying to do is see if you qualify. Once you don't qualify, they not returning calls.
Exactly.
They're not returning calls.
It's
So
unfortunate.
It's almost impossible for you not to qualify. Well, I shouldn't say impossible. It's
No.
I
really
mean,
different.
no. So I mean, it
Well,
depends
he's a
on.
vet also, so I was like, well, what happened
So
to you?
yeah. So it was a little different.
For him, it's a little different, yeah.
But at the same time though, I still had stuff on my credit that needed to be
Yeah.
worked on, and I had a couple people was like, "All right, well, I don't know what you
Call
want
me
me to
when
do."
you get it right.
Right.
And
So-
and the only, you said it's almost impossible. Well, for him, for VA, but do you know now a person have to actually make $100,000 or more to afford a house is $400,000. You know what I mean? So, but people aren't educated to that. You know, so we have to educate people, and we have to do what we have to do. But like you said, the numbers. A lot of time I get people to call me, and they say, "Well, I've been looking for a house for this long, or what have you." Okay, why are you looking for a house this long? There's plenty of houses out there.
Right.
Why don't I call 3 or 4 different professionals, and like you say, your credit ain't good, and they don't call you back. So what happened to the process?
But
Yeah.
but I think something else too, though, is that when you look at getting a house and you start talking down payment, that number scares people, especially for those that are working check to check, and you know we pay our rent, we keep going. Now you're looking for me to save $8 to $12, $15, whatever it is, $1,000.
It depends. It depends. You could get down
I mean,
payment
you
assistance.
you can get down payment assistance, but sometimes you may not qualify for it. And if you don't, now you got to try to, and then a lot of people may not be familiar with 401k, so it's a lot of things that educate for just, some people just get their check, and I just got my check. You know, I don't
But I
have
know
no.
somebody who gonna tell them about it though. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
well, the thing about it is you got to realize something too with everything. It's a mindset.
That's
right.
right.
So even before, that's the same thing. Like I tell women all the time. I tell men or whatever. Oh, you know, they quote the scripture about a man who found a good. A woman's supposed to already be a wife before the man found her, right? So if you're looking for a house, you're always supposed to be preparing before you
That's
accepting
true.
to get those keys. So at the end of the day, it's so much down payment and first time home buyer stuff out there now.
Right.
You just got to be connected with the right professionals to actually get it. And it's up to us as being professionals to educate people what's out there for you. How to obtain this. You got your keys in your hand. You got the keys that you want in your hand, so how you going to get there? You know, I had a couple yesterday that came in, and she said, I just want to own a house, you know, and whatever we got to do it. You know, and and so they say, so when do we need to come back to you? No, you here with me now. I'm meeting with you here with you now, and I'm going to be with you every step of the way until we get the keys in your hand. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy.
It sounds
This-
crazy when you just said
But
that
at
to
this
me.
this time, it may take them 6 to 8
It
months.
sounds like she cares, you know.
That's
right.
That's what's
unusual,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
I
That's
thought
what's
that was
crazy,
the
dog.
standard.
Hey,
I thought that was the standard based on what you do. I thought that was the standard.
Yeah.
That's what people should do.
That really should be your slogan, the realtor that cares.
Yeah, you actually
I
can.
mean,
That's
you know.
free. I'm gonna give you that.
Well, for me, it is though. I do it not just like I say. Don't get me wrong, money is good, but at the end of the day, I help you, and I may not even get paid because at the end of the day, you already know I'm a woman of God, so God gonna provide for me, right? So it doesn't.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean honestly, and
Amen.
you can ask anybody that I work with. That's how it is. So. As buyers, if you are someone that wants to own a home or somebody that living in an apartment and you got to beg a landlord to fix something, then start with your mindset. I want to own a home. So let me talk to my husband. Let me talk to this, or let me do what I can. Get you a second job and try to save. But it's first time home buyer money out there, and VA. I mean, they pretty much just get whatever they want. In a sense, as long as the score is there, you know, or what have you. But they're making different programs. But get with the right professional that's going to help you through that process. Not that person that's just going to, you know, get you to the point of making an offer. Go through the entire process with someone who you can trust. Because that's what's important to me.
No.
You know, trust.
I don't want you to tell everybody the VA now they get whatever you want now.
Yeah.
I want to ask Waldo.
I was self-employed. They had me doing backflips trying to get the closing.
But see, that's a little different. You self-employed. But what I meant is, let me take that back. Let's rewind. When I say get what they want, mean it's a lot of different things put in place for you all. Yeah. So let me take that back.
And there's also programs underneath other programs that we can take advantage of that can benefit us as well.
So,
but I think it's also something that, and I want to ask you, did you know your realtor who you went through?
My cousin was my realtor.
Okay. So with you, I've had people say, I don't really want everybody in my business, but I think that's 1930. Like, get with the time. Like, if you're trying to find you something.
It's not. I'm going to be honest with you. I know what you're going to say. If you're trying to find something, no. Believe it or not, everybody don't hold confidence. You know, let's just say your credit is not stellar and you get with your cousin or you get with your friend. You have to be able to trust that person. And that's why when people call me, they see my signs or whatever, wherever they'll call me and they want to ask me questions on the phone. The first thing I say to them is, I need to meet you. I want you to come into my office because at the end of the day, I can't help you if you don't trust me.
That's right.
So that's the process.
fair.
You got to be able to trust somebody. And just because you know them don't mean you can trust them.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I'm just being honest.
I ain't got no problem with telling nobody my credit score. You try to use mine for anything, you gonna get denied. So it don't matter. I give you my social right I give you my social right now.
What you ever dog said? We been looking for your ass.
It might be apprehended, man. We've been looking
So
for
I
you.
think that. So when you spoke on that Ruff, like that dog, we was looking for your ass. When you say that, hello. So the majority of your clientele, is it African American or minority, or what do you get a lot of?
I get both.
Okay.
I get both, but I'm gonna be honest to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. What gives me the most gratification, you would think that to have someone that don't look like me to come to me would be more gratifying. It's not. It's when our people come to me, especially women, because believe it or not, women, African American women, don't always support each other. So for me, when another African American comes to me for help, that's more gratifying than for one of the guys.
That's true.
I'm telling you.
That is
Yeah,
true.
he has a question.
That's why I be so many fights.
You said
Greg,
y'all
dog.
seen the support. Y'all damn sure do when they be jumping on it.
That's what most of the fights in the strip club.
They piling up on somebody.
But I think, like, piggybacking on what Dawson said, is that when you have sisterhood, everybody is not in sync with the sisterhood dynamic.
Correct.
And it's unfortunate, and just like you said, when you have women looking for houses, because most men, like Waldo said, he went and got a house. I was like, that's good stuff. Because most men don't even have that thought process. You don't forget it. It's a woman that's gonna be like, "Babe, we need to get us a house."
Yeah.
Okay, they just go with it, But just when you take the initiative, that's great. So a lot of times when you get sisters that come in, and a lot of times when you get couples, it's normally the woman that's doing all the talking. The man, he just there.
Yeah. So
How
now,
much you did, baby?
Hey, they gonna have cable, right?
Yeah, they got cable.
What else matters?
no, they got ESPN. I'm straight.
I got a man cave too. Yeah, go on and sign that, baby. Yeah.
So I got with my wife in 2018. I had already started like trying to get my stuff together so I could get my house. I was actually about to move in with my mama so I can get everything I needed, get prepared to move my house. She was like, "No, baby, don't worry about it. You just come on over here with me." Begged me to move over there with her.
Wow.
Begging.
Reeve on here too, so tread light.
Yeah, she was.
She on here too, so tread light.
Begging for me to come, so I went and moved in on
Tread light.
and we ended up getting our house the next year.
Wow.
Good. Well, congratulations on that.
But also with that, y'all help it came together.
Yeah.
So everybody had to stay disciplined, stay the grind, stay the process. Wasn't nobody out here in the club.
I did.
So
No, we was. I did.
You was clubbing too?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
definitely.
For it. I mean,
She ain't get no less Amazon packages. I don't know what.
Yeah, but it came together. But that's the beauty of,
Yeah,
like
it
you said.
came.
I think that's probably rewarding too. You see couples, especially of color, get out, come
Exactly.
together, and when you do that paperwork, here you go, here are the keys. Like, man, that's great. Tonya, Miss Russell, thank you for
It's
everything.
Lavender.
Lavender. I got to get
That's
better.
okay.
I'm
Still a
sorry.
Russell. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm still a
Lavender.
Russell.
Lavender. Okay.
I
Lavender.
just,
Sorry.
That's crazy.
The lavender just,
I was
sounds
at,
good, so I
I
had
was
to
at the
keep it.
wedding.
It's okay. Yeah, but that, we ain't gonna talk about
Okay,
that.
that's
But anyway, so
Lavender, I got it.
yeah.
Go ahead. So,
But yeah, you're right. It's and it's more and more married couples look like us that are buying. And it's gratifying
your wife
that,
talking about y'all a bad example. Never mind.
and a lot of the husbands, they come and they say whatever my wife wants, whatever's best for my family, and so you tell them what that monthly payment gonna be, and then they but at the same token,
I don't love my family that much.
Yeah.
Now we let's dial them back to where our love range is at.
How about
Hey, I don't know. Y'all might lead them off.
how about like a lot? What that like a lot price looking like?
But it's a process, and it's a mindset with everything. You start that mindset, and
Now we talk about the good stuff. What about we can't? We checked your credit. This ain't gonna work right now. How we do that?
But it's the mindset, and that's what I was just talking about. It's a process,
Right.
right? So let's say you come in before me, and you can I can pretty much always tell for the most part when it's going to be this is going to be a few months down the line or what have you.
How you do that?
Oh,
this
come
gonna get
on
good.
now.
Tell me how you
Just
do it?
talking to people, body language.
Body language.
Yeah.
Man, she
know.
trying. We
Oh,
trying to get a house. I mean, I don't know what our credit like, but I mean, you pull it. You know what I'm saying? And
See, you saying that, that's not me. Listen, audience, that's not me saying that.
no, just say that's how they come to how they come in. But go ahead.
You can kind of tell sometime when people are hesitant, and then sometime when they're hesitant, it's still a good, outcome. But if they come to me, like I just said, and your credit is not there, now if you got, a certain credit score, it's going to take a little longer, right?
Yeah.
But it's
So
a
you coming there
mindset.
with a 520, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Let's walk you outside. This ain't gonna work. Let me walk you through your car. Let me give you a calendar. There you go. Thank you.
No.
A pen, a
No.
notepad. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'm just saying. Okay.
We're going to have a conversation. And one thing I say to my clients, I always say we.
Right.
I don't say you or y'all. I say we. We in this together. It's a collaboration that we doing together. Me, you, title company, the lender, we. And at some time, it is my credit person. This is a collaboration. So when I have a client like that, I keep in touch with them. I keep in touch with them. We got a process. So we're going to start off with the credit person that I have, right? We're going to start off with this credit person. You're going to sign up. They're going to tell me how long this might take them to get you wherever. You're going to talk to the lender. The lender's going to say, okay, this is where you need to be. All of us going to collaborate. Now, I'm not going to guarantee you that the lender's going to contact you as much as I am. I'm not going to guarantee you that, whoever, but I'm going to contact them. I put them on a thing every month, even if it's a text. Okay, how we doing? What we looking like? Because at the end of the day, I don't care if it takes 12 months. I want you to buy a house.
Okay. But are those conversations uncomfortable when you, you call her, hey.
You don't sound like they're uncomfortable for her.
The only way they're uncomfortable is if you got somebody that's coming in there and say, we need to buy something. We need to be out of the house we in 30 days. Ooh. Well, let's rent something for 12 months and change our mindset. I'm being honest.
Okay.
I don't walk away from somebody just because they can't buy something today. Because even if somebody call me and they call my brokerage or talk to one of my agents, and that's one thing I teach them. Even if somebody that called and they want to rent something, what's your why? Why do you want to rent something? Or you want to rent something because you don't think you want to buy, or you want to rent something because I just need to rent something right now because I don't know if I want to buy yet or I don't know where I want to live. You got to ask those questions. You got to probe.
Okay. We're going to take our first break. We're going to get into it. My man, Will D, man, coming up on 2 years. He left us August 9th. Actually August 11th, 2022. First show we ever did, we linked back up. Chop Shop. He did a show Tuesday and passed that Thursday. So, we dedicate every episode to him.
Wow.
Well, Torre, you can pull it up for us. Cigar Life. A lot of good apparel on that. CIGARLYFE.com. Go check that out. It is the man to the right of world famous Waldo. Greg Doss, let the good folks know what you got going on out there in TV land, sir.
I'm Greg Doss, GD, non-attorney pro se consultants, and I help people navigate the sometimes difficult world of self-representation.
Yeah, pull it back up for the people, Torre. I'll make sure everybody get a good glimpse of that. I want everybody
And we're
to see
actually
that.
growing on YouTube. So Torres and I did make the promise that we're going to do things if I hit a certain number of subscribers, and we're trending that way. Well, I don't say unfortunately, but it kind of came a little bit quicker than I expected, and a lot heavier than I expected. So
sarcastic.
check us out. Right. Hey, well, I'm trying to segue away from
I want more subscribers. Now I got it. I'm like, goodness gracious.
God,
but now-
I don't want all these people.
Why y'all subscribing?
But I do have, I think,
What
I
y'all
have
want?
Yeah,
a
for
couple
real.
of hearings coming up, and actually, they're doing the live hearings. I guess eventually they're gonna take me off of Zoom because I'm gonna show
Yeah,
the world.
they're going to
I'ma
take you out.
I'ma
Not
show-
take you out. They're going to take you out.
Listen, man.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm afraid of a lot of things, but they ain't one of them. So
Okay,
Yeah,
man.
but yeah, check me out on YouTube at GD Greg Doss GDNAPSC, and again, look for me to give you all further information. I'm probably gonna have at least 2 more oral arguments before the year is out. And
When's your next one?
I don't know, because the second DCA denied my mandate, so I'm going to probably ask the Florida Supreme Court to use discretionary review, and hopefully they'll issue a writ. But we have a couple of issues as a vet. I had that same issue with the auto negligence case that you were involved in. So I'm well,
You gonna get subpoena.
she crashed. No, he didn't want to do it, but no, she crashed, and so now I found out that a VA
Waldo.
doctor was compromised.
Waldo, 2017. But go ahead, keep going. Dog.
No, it's 2017, and I found
It's
out
still
some-
ongoing case.
Yeah, ongoing, not
well,
resolved.
I ended up. What happened was a judge, M.A.M. Peacock, ordered me to sign a release that I didn't want to sign, to release parties who were not parties to the case.
You
So
see 6 white guys. in
I
twigs,
came
in
I
suits,
came back and I
whooping a
filed a
black dude.
motion to vacate
That's
the
it.
order, and so me, her, Dr.
Is that
Shem,
one
Mike
now?
Rowe, Austin
that
Rowe, Bascal, and State Farm will be back at it on September 10th. So that will be on Zoom, and
Live on Zoom. That's on that
Keep your
Tuesday.
punches above the belt.
Yeah.
no, I'm here to win.
Keep your punches above the
Hey,
belt.
listen, I didn't tell him to be unethical, and like I told his attorney, I don't care if you go to prison or not. it ain't my
I just
problem.
told you, daughter, if you see 6 white guys on Bay News 9 in suits, on twigs, whooping a black dude, just know it's him.
Oh, man.
Fighting him.
Yeah.
Fighting him. That's
Fight,
what
you're
we
going to be
doing.
fighting. You're going to get
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I get to it, won't that be that much fighting?
So we're going to take our first break. We do not own the right to this music. Doss, don't say it. We do not own the right.
Yes, we do.
Torres, give us some. We back.
The right
We
to
back
play.
by a minute and a half, so we got the right to play it. So we'll be right back. Torres, give us some.
Still gotta be able to have, you know.
Okay, we're back into the second segment of Chop Shop. You're truly EZDZ. Almost had a little bickering going on the break. Hope everybody can stay calm for this next segment. Got world famous Waldo kicking it, a.k.a. Ruff, Red Dawson, our special guest, Tonya Lavender, and also to my right, Blcqwildflwr. So let's get into your story. Like, we go back. I know you native of Tampa. Can I
Absolutely.
say that?
813 all day.
813. Took your talent, went to school, got your lesson at Clark.
Come on.
In Atlanta. Okay. Ryan City. Okay, all that. Simpson. Okay, now we fast forward. What took you to Houston?
Man, ooh.
Already, man.
I actually went to Houston on a whim. I had a tour that I had created, and it was a stop on a tour that I had created. I had 2 shows out there, and then 1 in Dallas. And when I went there, I was like, oh, this is the type of money that I can make from 1 show? You talk about my rent? I said, perfect. So they were like, hey, we love what you're doing. You know, the audience really loves you. Like, there are a lot of opportunities out here. Like, you should move here. And I was like, I should move here. And I moved the next week.
Wow. So let me ask you, did you do poetry here?
Absolutely. I've been doing poetry. Wally B was my mentor. Yeah. Shout out to Wally B. Okay. So that was my mentor. You could clap. Yeah. Let me teach how you clap on time. You say, yeah.
I can make it bounce too. Okay.
But Wally B was my mentor. Shout out to my mom. You know, I wouldn't be any of the person or the professional that I am today. She drugged me. She drugged me to Howard W. Blake.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
She did. She really did when I was 15. That's when I met my mentor, Wally B. And so I started here. I started doing like spoken word, understanding what that was. Started doing slam poetry. And man, it's history ever since. So
now I want to ask you this, because a lot of kids, and I always laugh about, we all grew up in the black church. So it's like Easter, where they had youth day, like everybody.
Jesus well.
So it's like, you know, the bad kids will say, happy Easter, everybody. That's all they can say. Because they ain't going to remember their speech.
For real.
They ain't going to remember their speech. So they going to say, happy Easter, everybody, and go sit down. So were you nervous, like being thrown, like, okay, get out here? You weren't nervous?
No, I don't think I was nervous. I will say that I used to be very shy.
I'm gonna say different.
I used to be very shy when I was young.
I remember,
I used to be very shy. I don't remember being nervous. Let me just say that. But I'm always nervous. Like, I'm a human. But I just remember, you know, when you said the church, I never forget. I had this poem called "My Testimony," and they had me. Here go my mama. You know how black people be, go show them the little dance. She's like, do the poem.
Okay.
So I went up there and did a poem, and it was.
How old were you when you did it?
No, I was like 13.
Okay.
Yeah,
still at the
I was
age,
like 13.
So you still like, you know, in front of a crowd?
Yeah, I was like, and I was doing a lot of things in church at the time.
Shame
I mean,
on you, mama, put out there in front of folks like that. That's shameful.
She actually was younger than 13.
Yeah, I was younger when I started, you know, speaking, but I believe, from what I can remember, when I wrote that poem, you know, I was at that age. I was writing poetry before then. It was actually, I started writing when I was 8 years old. My mom had got me a diary for the first time because I used to just talk to myself, child, I needed a friend. I was the only girl, you know, I just wanted to know the tea. Who I'm going to talk the tea to? So she got me a diary, and man, here I am in the diary at 8 years old. My boyfriend. You ain't think?
At 8?
Yeah, kids.
I
wasn't thinking about that at 8.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you. At 8 years old, I was in my diary writing about somebody that I liked. Yes, I did.
Okay, that'll be different. Oh, hey, don't call me.
You know, shoot, everybody got their own experience. Thank God for that, because that helped the poetry and that helped the journey. So I appreciate that.
So so you in Atlanta? Were you doing poetry while you was at Clark?
I was doing poetry, yes. I was doing competitive poetry while I was there.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's the move. Yeah, I was doing competitive poetry while I was at Clark. I did a couple of competitions, and it wasn't necessarily slam. It was because I was in creative writing courses, and, you know, you got to write this paper, or you got to do so-and-so. And then I ended up meeting some artistry friends, and they had a competition, and I just did a competition, and I just kept going from there. I only actually went to Clark for 2 years, too. So when I left school, that's when everything really kicked off for me. And I think that, you know, God was just like, I have something greater for you. So when I left school, I came back home. I was really depressed. Y'all. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was like, I thought that I was gonna be a therapist. You know, I didn't think I was gonna be like a poet or anything like that. And my mom, man, again, she changed my life. She was like, man, God got something for you. Just stay strong. And I would never forget that. And then after that, I became an intern with Wally B. Heard him say that changed my life. I was an intern as a performance etiquette instructor. So I started doing performance coaching from there for free just because I loved what I was doing. Who would have known the whole time I was holding my gift? And then from there, it was a company, a nonprofit company that organization that reached out and said, we need a Black woman poet or artist. That was me. It was like divine appointment, and that was my first actual official job as a performance etiquette instructor, and it's grown since then.
Okay. So I got a question for you. For the people that's like myself, can you explain the different types of poetry? So like you said, slam poetry, spoken word, and competitive poetry. And what are the differences, and which one of those genres is one of your favorite, or is your favorite?
Okay, so I just like to keep with two, to keep it, there's page poetry and then there's spoken word. That's anybody who's speaking what was written, right? And so
yeah, dog, look at dog. So dog's another poet. I see you over there, dog.
She knows how.
For a while. And then of course there's competitive poetry, so that's a whole different ball game.
I take them over.
So slam, what's the slam like? Y'all beefing, like y'all rapping?
Oh, you don't gotta be beefing with them, but at the end of the day, slam literally is you competing with other people that may be lined up, and it's a opportunity to spit your poetry into 5 new people that you ain't never met, ain't never heard you before. They ain't going off of no rules.
Like a cipher.
No, not just a cipher, because we talking about for points. We talking about for money, so it ain't ciphering for free.
Okay, so y'all out there behind the building, what you call it, doing poetry.
We're not behind the building. We could be at your local, event. It could be an event. You could be at the bar. You know what I mean? And they're going to have a poetry slam. And you might have maybe 10 to 12 people sign up. They might pay a registration fee that goes into the whole pot. 5 random judges. And you got 3 rounds, typically 3 rounds. They're going to knock down out of the 5 scores, they're going to knock down the lowest, knock down the highest. And your 3 is what they're going to take. And that's going to be who's going to be the winner going into the next rounds and so forth and so on. I do a lot of different competitive spoken word. That's been my favorite avenue thus far.
Two things real quick. I'm tripping because you was always so shy, but you get older, I still remember Pretty Eyes, 13 to 15, but now you just I'm smelling what you're selling. Now, would it be asking too much if you just get one of your old bars?
Oh, wow.
One of your old bars. Now you catch out me.
No, you don't got to be old. Just give us something hot. Just give us something. Give us something.
Sheesh. All right, y'all. I am a slam poet, so most of my poems be 3 minutes and 10 seconds. But let me give y'all a snippet from.
Now listen, this ain't got to be your draw 4. This can be like a skip. You just, this ain't like the Big Joker. You give us like the 8, like you cutting like in spades. It ain't got to be.
Why you had to
I don't.
Okay. Just say the word.
Everything is fire. Everything's fire. Okay. Everything's fire. Okay.
Maybe it's just they just don't know who you are. Maybe you should have just told them who you were first.
They didn't ask. Well, if you didn't know, my name is Blcqwildflwr. I am the Black Queen evolving freely. And this is just some of my words, To wrestle with depression is like coming to the match. Trying to convince myself this is my weight class, only to suffocate underneath its defeat. I fear love will not find me before death does. Karma won't let me give the life that already took to my unborn child. I'm wrestling with imposter system, dressed as if I don't know who I am. Am I really okay? And depression says they don't really like you. They don't really love you. Only want to judge how well you articulate describing your tussle with mental health, and that itself is a struggle. Trying to explain a battle that others don't think exists for Black women. Well, I am not angry. I am antagonized. I'm tired of writing these poems, trying to figure out how I'm going to split myself open for you to find healing. I'm going to leave it at that.
Man, that was
that's
deep. That's deep.
I about to tell you rewind, okay.
That was literally like the beginning of the poem.
Hey, what Kevin Hart said? Bars. That's bars. I'm saying you doing your thing, like I say, but and then like I say, Houston is a progressive city. So they embrace the culture. And it's very important, like I said, what you're doing it's definitely leaps and bounds. It works because your gift, and like you say, it's funny. Like you say, you went out there on a humbug, just on a whim, won some money. Like, man, it's like this
That's
out
me.
here. Let me go ahead and move. I got to pack up. I got to be here.
I'm that type of person. I don't mind getting up and going where I see fit for my artistry, where I see fit for my growth. But I will say I do have an ode to Houston, even though I am Tampa all day, every day, and they know it. I'm actually part of a national slam poetry team. We just won regionals. Our name is Smoke Slam Poetry
813,
Team.
man, all day, man.
Right. We got
Right there.
amazing lineup of poets that I'm a part of, coached by the legendary Ebony Stewart. So we just won Southern Fire Regional Poetry Slam, which was in Pompano. Came back, went to Austin. I won my own individual slam. So it's like I do poetry. I do
So
slam
you travel,
poetry.
you move
oh
around.
yeah,
Okay,
oh yeah.
respect.
So how often do you have like shows or events or competitions?
Well, to be quite frank, I would love to say I'm in a position where, and I work so hard to be here, where I can say no, and I can say this is not something that is a reflection of my brand, or I work so hard to get there. And what I mean by that is, I think when I first started off, I was like having a show all the time and doing everything and taking anything. And now I'm more so like, my next show is August 31st. If you want to come see me, shout out and come see me in Dallas. And then the next time you'll see me, is so and so. And I really love being in a position to do that because it gives me the opportunity to not be over saturated in the industry itself, and being able to come back with new work, being able to come back with new energy, and have a high demand for my artistry as well.
And then what's funny is that there's so many schools in Houston. You got TSU, Prairie View, not to mention
I love it.
U of H. It's a lot of young women that, like I say, will gravitate to that. So you found your lane and just, hey, do your thing.
Absolutely. And I've been able to be a judge for like Prairie View, for their poetry competitions, for their freshmen coming in. So I'm the person who chooses who's going to get the $5,000. Like, it's pretty awesome. And I've also like had an opportunity through some performance etiquette instruction gigs that I have gotten to be able to like teach at Rice University. Y'all don't got a degree. So you really have to be able to have mindset and know your why, but also focus and hone in on what you love to do. Let that be your passion, but your driving force. And something that makes me different is I'm gonna talk about it all. I could talk to T, I could talk about mental health, I could talk about, having positive references to sexuality for Black individuals, right? I could talk about anything under the sun that we as individuals may deal with, but myself, what I deal with on a daily basis, and allow that to be relatable to other people as well.
Now, let me ask you this also, because you speak of, and to be a poet, you're very expressive.
They
So
have to be good.
Yep.
Right. Do you come across younger females that, I wish I could, I could be to get out and speak as freely as you do?
It ain't for everybody.
And I'm gonna say, I know it's not for everybody, but I think a lot of times that, like you spoke about mental health, a lot of people keep so much stuff in that they're not comfortable speaking to others about stuff that they deal with because they don't want to be judged, they don't want to be ridiculed. But mental health is real.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, just as much young women I get, I wouldn't say young women, I get all different type of women and all different type of men and individuals, and however they choose to show up. I get all different type of people at different levels in their life who may come up to you after something and say, dang, like, I've been going through X, Y, and Z, and then I have to let them know, hey, I ain't a therapist,
But not to say with the two, but you in a roundabout way you are though.
Right. Oh, no, I would never claim that I'm a therapist. And poetry is therapeutic, but it's not poetry. I mean, it's not therapy. And it's so important to say that because you can do the work of exercising your emotions out, but it's also specific tools that come with therapy in order to enhance and push towards your healing, right? And so I get all different type of people who may not be able to express themselves from all different walks of life, and it is a privilege to be able to sit and listen and be in that moment with them. I think, man, you just make me think of like being done with a poem and you're so tired and you've been interacted with people, but the most important time is when somebody's coming up to you and they're looking you dead in your eyes and telling you like, you don't understand what I've been through, your story, I couldn't share that. And so both men and women and all different type of individuals come to me and say that.
Just real quick to kind of piggyback on what she just said and what you just said about mental health. one thing that, and she was just talking about it, her and I talk about it a lot, with mental health, men and mental health. That's one of the biggest things now. And I had a conversation with a guy, one of my clients today, and we were talking about men were raised to be so masculine. And you say people don't talk about it, but men were raised that they supposed to be masculine. Men ain't supposed to cry.
Right.
You ain't supposed to, need someone, or you ain't supposed to need a shoulder to cry on, and that's so false.
Right.
And they wonder why so many men, especially, I can't even say especially black men, but so many men right now are doing other things because they have no way to release. They don't want nobody to see them cry. They can't be vulnerable. And
we don't have the same number of support groups, not to cut you off, that women tend to have. We're not as
Thank you.
able to, as vets we can, because we have groups that we can go to, but we tend to deal with another set of issues as well. But a lot of men don't have those kind of support groups that they can feel comfortable saying, hey, that's what I'm going through.
I was about to say.
Right.
And it's unfortunate, though.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because even, let's just say, like Mother's Day and Father's Day. Mother's Day, the world turn around. But for Father's Day, it's like, oh, hey, happy Father's Day. Give you socks or tie, whatever.
But I think that goes back to mamas have always, and not to say that it's right, but that's the world that we in. So it's a lot of fathers that were not there to raise their children.
You're
So
right.
when you see kids, it's very rare you see kids. I want to thank my mom and my dad.
But I don't think that's it. I think it's more of the father as being a disciplinarian and the mother as being more nurturing.
Right.
And
Exactly.
she's showing more love
Yeah, a
to
lot
the
of-
kids, and it's more
Right. So
You're correct.
everything with
love
my dad
felt
was loud.
from the
aggressive.
mom than it
So
is
I
from the
get it.
dad.
Well, in certain circumstances, like for me, I would never take the place of say that I'm my kid's father, but I had to be on both sides. I had to be nurturing and I had to be the disciplinarian at the same time. And I think that,
Your mama whooped you.
oh yeah, they got,
Child,
like,
she my mama whooped me. Let me just tell y'all this. My mama whooped me to spell vegetable. Y'all, I'm a published author. I'm a
was
national
7.
slam poet. I still don't know how to spell, y'all.
Veggie table.
whooped me.
Thank you.
I still don't know how to spell.
She just sat
You
here
got
and told
Google in
me.
your phone, baby. You can
No,
just
they
go-
didn't have that then.
Okay.
They didn't have that
They
then.
had that, man.
Oh, back in the day. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that was
Back in the
like,
day.
well, we
Tell
could
me you
not,
got
hey, misspelling. And we had to bring that list home.
I just want y'all
She
to
said,
know.
don't say nothing you
I just want y'all
can't
to know I
spell.
won the
Hey,
spelling
Dom,
bee
how you
in 3rd
doing?
and 5th grade, just so y'all know.
Hey,
I
what?
won the
Spell.
spelling bee in 3rd and 5th grade.
Okay,
Me
I
too.
might
I
need to
was-
spell again.
Right.
Spell
Yeah.
again.
But like you said, though, and I think something else too, though, is that it's crazy to say, but I think for our generation growing up, especially like if you got cousins, very competitive. So like, Walter, you came from a big family, so
Right.
when your cousins come home with a report card, if one of them got that really good report card, the bar's been set.
Right.
So
It was kind of different though. Like, it was kind of like the girls and the boys. Like the girls was already,
already had a good grade.
right.
But the boys,
So now the boys, if somebody came in there with they uphill, nah, we got a problem with that nigga.
Ain't something wrong.
We got a problem with that nigga. What you doing, bro?
What you do? That's what I'm
making
saying.
us look bad.
So it
even
was
thinking
like,
about that, even thinking about that, right? Like I think a lot of my success has come from being a child and feeling as if, like how y'all saying, like, oh, it's a competition, or oh, I want to be the best. And then going back to mental health, one thing that I realized is I wanted to be the best so much. I wanted my mom to be proud of me. I wanted, to be successful in a way that showed approval that I didn't know about mental health, even
Right.
as a young
Well, see,
person.
well, let me
So it's like,
let me say that I struggled. Like my 8th grade year, all A's, 1B and
You made all A's one year?
in middle school. Yeah, I was.
All
Yeah.
A's and one B.
and one B that
Not all A's.
Okay, I had 1B. I had 1B,
mean,
but
all
my
A's and
my
1B,
transition,
that's most A's.
my transition to high school was tough.
Yeah.
You was in
So like my first report card,
You was in the portables in the back.
don't ever try me, man. I ain't never hold hands going to lunch. I ain't never ride no short bus. Yeah, I was. Yeah, no, but I didn't. Just so we clear, I did not.
We not
Yeah.
taking nothing
Yeah,
from
I played. You had to have grades, and some kind of grade, to be able to participate in extracurricular activities. But I know
Well,
for
back
me,
then, when we was going to school, if you was good, they just let you go.
but I still,
I don't know that school.
but Bernice and Gary, they ain't care about those.
yeah, that's
They ain't care about that. I don't care what you got going on. I tell people now to this day I laugh.
Instagram
Cause my
post
mama
where
be
dude
like
say, "When the
going to a
buses get that
camp.
long?"
First thing she says, "Is it free?" No, it ain't free, mama. Then you ain't going.
Why is that
And that was
so
it.
long?
I'll tell you, like, so this ain't the Super Bowl. I don't care what you doing. If it ain't free, then you can't go. Yes, ma'am, and just leave it like that. But I was saying that I struggled my 9th grade year because the classes were accelerated. So I took geometry. I was like, man, I don't know if I know acute angle and
For real.
isosceles
I
triangle
said,
like that. I don't know what this is.
That wasn't for me.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't get it. So I mean, I understand. I think a lot of times now is that even like you were speaking about, like you say with the report card, like Waldo said, the girls always had good grades, but if the one dude, his grade good, like, bro, what you doing? The curve is we gotta have B's and C's. Like, what you doing? How you got A's on your report card? What you doing? You messing up for everybody else. And I think that's the thing that when you speak about mental health is when you grow up in that environment where expectations are set, you don't want to disappoint.
Yeah.
You do not want to disappoint. So it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna go home with this. Like I remember I get my first report card, like, man, because back then they didn't mail them.
Yeah.
They would mail the second semester because you out for the summer. But that first semester,
You had to get the sign.
I'm on the bus like, man.
That's what
And I got home so quick that day on the bus, like just like damn, like I think we gonna just fall off, just wreck, hit something like I ain't gonna never get anything because I cannot go home with this report card.
We wouldn't have gotten the
And
accident on
our,
the bus.
our
I would have
parents
good
knew when they
grades.
were coming home.
Yeah, say what?
Our parents knew when they were coming home.
Yeah.
And plus I had Chris, well I should say Dr. Doss now,
Yeah.
jackass, but anyway.
Damn.
And that's bad too, like I said, because he got good grades. So he is like, hey, well, where your report card? Huh? We got ours yet. We got ours yet.
Oh, yeah,
you gonna run it like 2 days. Yeah, you gonna.
I ran open house.
Hey, and then like I had one of them mamas like they had teacher playing it like
Yeah.
PTA. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
No, you gotta go.
Oh,
My
come on, man,
grandma
play
was
that.
the principal at elementary school.
Right, so she already knew what was
The-
going
the
on, so you
whole
couldn't
county.
even
So-
fake. You couldn't even fake. But that's what I'm saying.
So
I remember like,
I
Mama,
was
you
still
going?
getting paddled at school. They cut that out
Yeah,
when
they
I was
should
in
have never cut
elementary.
that out. They should have kept that.
No, I should
Maybe
have never
that-
taken out beatings at home. That's what the thing
Wow.
is.
Now, I
Beatings
just
at
sat
home.
here and told y'all I got beat for spelling vegetable, and it didn't work. I still
Now
don't know
look
how to
at
spell.
you. Now look at your
It didn't-
oratory
It didn't,
skills.
oh, it didn't,
know what?
no, it didn't come from that whooping. You know what?
But you definitely can pronounce it
Yeah,
well.
you did.
definitely pronounce it well.
She beat the spelling out you, but you was in there hollering, wasn't you? Got your vocal cords right.
That's not what helped me. What helped me process my emotions is sitting down and being able to write them out and talk about it. To this day, I still can't spell, y'all. So I think.
VEG.
No, vegetable. You know, but that's like when they be like, if
So that
Jimmy
did
went and got 5 apples, it's like you yelling at me. I don't know how many apples.
7.
When I ask you again,
I think I just gravitated towards poetry because I just feel like I can never say anything wrong. It's my feeling, it's my story, and nobody can take that away from me, no matter how they feel about what I'm saying. And I didn't even understand any part of mental health when I was growing up or anything like that. If anything, when I was growing up, they used to be teasing me, talking about you into psychology and all that. But it was at a time before mental health, I feel like, was what it is now, where people have so many resources and access to it, even children, right? And that needs to be the first priority. So when I work with youth, it's like the situation that even y'all saying, okay, even if it goes into, they ain't doing this well in school and they ain't doing that well in school, it's not that they need to just get A's. They might just need a different way to express themselves. Maybe they learn through art, maybe they learn through, performance.
We didn't have all of those.
Wait,
I know.
They ain't got to get what?
Yeah.
I said, I said it's not just about, no, you don't have to. It's not just about getting an A. Because you can pass a standardized test and still not know how to express how you feel, or
that's
not know how.
Millennial. That's the millennial.
Yeah.
It's
You back in them 70s.
It's very
Man,
important.
you better get your lesson. You better get your lesson.
You gonna get your lesson without getting an A?
You can get your lesson without getting an A. An A don't make you what? I know a valedictorian right now. I know a valedictorian right now who don't make no money, who don't got no job. Not saying not to get good grades or be successful. What I'm saying is 100% on a test does not say if a person is smart or not.
No, not at all. No.
As parents, that's definitely not what we're saying.
Yeah.
But what the thing about it is, I think the difference in when we grew up, you better get the A's, B's, and all that stuff, because the plan was for our parents to send us to college.
Yeah.
Right?
But let me jump here real quick.
Hold on, before you said, and our competition was just across the street. Now your competition is global.
That's right.
Yeah,
But see,
that's
like,
right.
I couldn't try my mama with, the teachers are like, she'll say,
Yeah.
look, it's 30 other ugly MFs in the class just like you. So you mean you the only one?
Yeah, you can't.
You the only one? That ain't working.
Yeah,
exactly.
But in today's time, they did say, what do you? Oh, I be up there.
Exactly.
And you want to fight the teacher.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
What example
and
is that?
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like the education has changed through to I show which I still have rewards for all the A's I got. I hear you, girl. But I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't process is that, school was.
Home barefoot and
I had a teacher, Miss King, and what Miss King used to do, she was our math teacher, and this made me really understand competition. I was in the 6th grade. So when you take a test of her class, she would leave the score. So like the next day, the score is out on the door going into the
everybody
class.
to see.
So everybody, like say, see there, Peter, Mama, everybody get to see it. So you want to be like, the 90, 97, 98, and as they go down, they go down. And when you get up under, I think it was 75, you draw a line.
Yeah.
Then you go like, and you didn't want to be there.
Home then.
Yeah.
So, it's be funny to see people like, let me see what I got. And I'm like, no, you need to start at the bottom. Don't go to the top.
For real.
Look up first. Don't
Put y'all on blast.
Yeah. But once again, that showed us competition.
It's competition.
Yeah. I think
So
more
it's to
so
compete.
I'm speaking about the whole sole purpose and drive and why and understanding why they're accomplishing an A, because nowadays education is definitely different. It's really truly drawn by standardized tests. Like, that's the new math. It's the same way that I used to do math, but they're going to get it wrong if they go through the same exact way that I did. They have to have a new way to be able to present this new answer.
And that confused me so much
It's
trying
just
to
like,
figure that out.
The new math.
I just believe that at the end of the day, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be successful in school and they shouldn't want to have good grades. I'm saying that there's more than that to success. There's more than that to developing a person's personal identity and who they are and building into their future. And I think some kids, it would be a lot easier for them if they had access to art. Me having access to art is how I had those resources that y'all are talking about. The only difference that makes me from someone else, who could be in the same position as me, is I had an opportunity to express myself. Right. Because mental health is so important that I'm not going to get an A if I do have anxiety. I can be 8 years old and experience anxiety. That's a real thing. Just because you're 8 and you don't pay bills don't mean you don't have your own things that you deal with as an 8-year-old. You know what I mean? Or a 13-year-old or an 18-year-old. And the thing is, a lot of parents, I work with kids all day. So they come to me first and they tell me these things that they experience first, sometimes before they tell their parents, because maybe to their parents they don't think it exists.
But then they comfortable talking to you too.
Absolutely. Because right, and that's okay. It's okay. But also because I'm coming from a place of art and not you have to do this poem so you can pass so you can be number one. It's more so, man, you don't got to call it a poem, just write. And that's how I've learned more men. Men come to me more than a lot of women do because they can't express themselves.
Another reason for that too. Don't confuse that.
What?
Why men come to you? But you have a broad literary. Well, we're drawn to things that are attractive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you say men come,
I'm saying men come to learn how to express themselves. Even young boys that are in my class, they not come.
Oh, okay. But
they come to learn.
You have a wide literary palette also as an artist. So they tend to have it a little bit more.
He finna crank
up.
Turn up on
my bad. You know what I'm saying? So you use a lot of words. Knowing how to poetry stuff, but and when you're attractive, it's different.
Yeah.
Even for little boys.
Yes, honestly.
It's always been that way, and I believe that we should have a much more diverse curriculum as well in schools. And the thing that bothers me the most, when you've been around the world and you've actually had to live around the world, you realize that our academic system doesn't challenge
Like
kids
Bubba
today.
Dog say.
It doesn't challenge. Well, it's the parents that are
Trash.
we don't demand that our children reach higher. We're
Right.
okay with them being here, whereas
Just
our parents
passing
are
the
like,
test.
no, you have to get better. You have because your competition is the person you don't see.
That's true.
Josh, in the public school system, even if you want it, it's hard.
Exactly.
Well, that's
It's
because of
hard.
the environment.
It's
It's
true.
hard.
Not everybody got Instagram, social media. Like, it's so much easier. And that's why I say, when I say 8 years old having anxiety, you have to think an 8-year-old has access to social media. Like, even if you don't give them a phone as a parent, they're going to see it. Right? Because other people are going to have phones. Other people are going to have access to the internet. So that's why I think it's important that we have so many different ways for kids to express themselves. Art. I've learned so much about a child's specific, like anything that they're specifically dealing with based on a drawing that they made. Not something that they said, but a drawing that they have that they've written out. So I think there's all different types of ways to be able to learn to express and have success. And I tend to see students who do have an opportunity to express themselves through art become more successful in their careers and become more successful in their relationships. Like art helps all different type of people be able to communicate. Adults. Shoot, people be grown, don't know how to express themselves, right? So it's not just about the test. It's not just about passing tests. It's, I think, across the board, people knowing how to be able to express themselves and not feeling ashamed because, you're 60 years old and you're my client and you don't know how to express love. You know what I mean? Like
I usually express myself by swinging on people.
that's another thing. No, somebody told me that. They was like, I just literally learned. All I know, is to fight. A lot of men say that, not even just men, but like maybe masculine presenting people who just feel as if the only way I know how to express myself is through anger or through fighting,
These
physical.
hands.
And it's
Or
like,
yelling.
ooh, that's all they want you to know.
But a lot of that comes from the way that the person was raised as well. A lot of times
important.
from the time they were kids, how their parents talked to them or how their parents,
That's
like when I was
true.
growing up, my mama ain't have to say too much or nothing to me. It was like, we're in the car, she already done told us you touch anything, we already know what's going to happen. So it just depends on a lot of stuff.
Trouble.
You know what I mean? So we didn't touch nothing. And that's the way I raised my kids. Now, my kids tell me now that they're adults, oh, you raised us the old school. But at the end of the day, if you look at those particular things, it took you in a different direction. So I think a lot of this, majority of this, and parents can say whatever they want to say, it starts at home.
Absolutely.
So-
And some traditions
So
are
you saying
bad.
I should beat my kids more?
Yeah, I wouldn't say
If
that.
necessary.
I'm asking
What
her.
I'm saying to you is,
I need some. I got kids at home. I
what
need
I'm
some
telling
advice.
you is, when I was a little girl, I used to get a whooping for talking all the time, right?
And look at that.
But
Paying your
guess
bills
what?
not to talk.
I used to get a whooping for talking all the time. But it wasn't so much, I was talking at the wrong time, right?
Yeah, that's
so
different.
what happened is that my mom, that would be at the drive-in. I'd be standing up, just running my mouth at the movie. But at that token, that eventually me talking so much gave gift a gab. And that's what I do all day. That's how I make my living. The same thing with her. She used to get, when she was little, when she said she wasn't shy, I pretty much had to drag her. She was very shy to the point where she did, and I pretty much had to drag her. As a parent, when you see certain things in your child, you have to do what you can to activate
Yeah, you
those
wanna
things.
cultivate that-
You want
that
to
skill,
cultivate that. You want to show
And
them,
the
I
belt.
believe
The
in
belt
you.
could cultivate that.
Absolutely.
Hey, you have to do what you have to do.
Talk
Even
like
like
Joe
she
Clark,
said,
yeah.
listen, even like she said, I sent her to Blake. She was at EZDZ. She
kicking
did not
and
want to
screaming.
go.
You want to
But
go to Blake?
I was like, I want to stay at Artwood with my friends. Like,
Yes.
I just made
But she
friends.
saw-
I went
but
to
she
3
saw that.
different high
Yeah.
schools. So
Yeah.
it was like,
Wait.
I don't want to move again.
Wait,
East
start
Bay
out
where
there.
else?
I started off at East Bay, went to Armwood, graduated from Howard W. Blake.
Okay.
pretty good.
Hold
Sounds
on,
all right.
hold on. Let's hold that right. We're going to take our
Not the
second break.
University of Thomas Jefferson High School, but it'll work.
Damn, I thought we was going to get without us saying that.
You waited too long.
Damn, that's my bad, Waldo.
Waited too
Damn.
long.
That's not, no.
That shameless plug. It strikes again. It
Always.
strikes
We're not going
again.
to bring that one
Always.
up.
Torres, please give us let's pull this up, man. So we
Yeah,
can,
Not my fault
please.
you
do
did
not
it.
want to talk
Not
about
Jefferson.
Jefferson out there, but
I know, yeah.
all the time, every week though.
You gonna blame
Waldo, if you don't mind going to put let everybody know about we do King's Care first. I want to pull up King's Care.
Oh, Odell.
My boy been gone. Odell, little brother.
Yeah, man. So shout out to my wife, Kings Care. You can check us out on Instagram, Kings_care with a K. For a king made by a queen. We have luxury grooming line for men, beard oil, beard shampoo, beard tonic, which is a conditioner. Wave pomade.
There we go. All right.
What I said? Pomade? What I said that day?
Pomade. You said pomade.
I said pomade. That's old school, yeah. That's what they call
We
it.
got the wave pomade, shampoo and conditioner as well.
Where
Check
can I
us
get
out
it?
on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Mall. We
Nice.
are in a
And that prime
in the
coming,
shop.
ain't
Time's coming.
Prime coming.
Prime around the corner here. Get ready,
We're
man.
going through a lot right now. So we also in another salon in Brandon at my cousin's salon. He just opened up. Don't ask me the name of it. I get it.
But tell the slogan again so they be up on game. What it is now?
It's for a king made by a queen.
That's
So
like
awesome.
that.
I love
I
that.
like that. Y'all like that?
that.
Yes,
Any
boo.
of that.
Yes, boo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Any of
boo.
the slogan have to do with you?
No. So I came up pretty much with like the color scheme, and she came
Nice.
up with the
But the
slogan.
slogan
I love
definitely
that.
okay.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that before
yeah,
King made by
It's
Queen.
not
That's right.
at all.
That's why.
Nah,
Okay.
nah.
Torrey, you don't mind? You pull up. We do Carlos auto repair
Football
center.
season
Yeah,
That's just something
season
for
here.
auto repair
Who's
center
like-
Tampa.
Kansas,
If
I
y'all
bet he
need
going to
vehicle,
Kansas City.
now he put the bus. He on the bus right now. He on the bus right
Yeah,
now.
game
okay.
season just
He on the bus right
started.
now. So
He
that's
home
what we like.
tonight,
So
I
go.
think.
I understand. So
don't
go
like
check him
I
out.
don't
You need
know how they like that. I don't
auto
like the
work
Bucks
done.
neither.
I don't like the
7101 North 40th Street.
I crossed it out.
813
Cross it out.
443
Been a Falcon fan
4730.
forever, huh?
Yeah, I've been a Falcon.
Last but
fan.
not least,
Wow, that's
check out
crazy.
Elevated Designs.
Somebody bought this for me.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you go
okay.
check out
Yeah, I crossed it out though. It's
elevateddesign.net. Torrey put the website together. 813-400-7015. Got some spiritual shirts coming out probably within the week or so. So we're gonna take our next break. We got one more left. Torres, we do not own the rights to this music. Give us a little song.
You came out in what year? In fact, the education center is named.
Yeah, we on live. We live.
Brandon,
We live
Brandon
right
High
now.
School
Sam
used to be
Horton?
the school of excellence. They couldn't
Sam-
mess with our
Sam
football
Horton is
team.
Jefferson.
We live right
Yeah,
now.
it used to be. Let's
We
get
live
back
right now,
into
y'all.
the
Y'all
segment.
know
We
we
live
live.
now. Y'all like
Yeah,
hey,
back on air.
talk about
Hey,
these
hey, I
schools.
gotta tell y'all.
Yeah, we back on air.
Hey, don't
y'all.
worry about the flag that's gonna go to somebody else. Make sure that J goes in that box with me.
Why is it every week that you do
Let it go.
shameless plug on
Let it
Jefferson?
go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Oh, if I say
Okay.
something about Florida State or USF, that's
I
different.
mean,
right?
and just
I can say
any of
University of
them.
Maryland,
Okay.
like I was everywhere else out
I
there,
thought
the
Jefferson-
We
institution.
finna get into the
I thought
next
they had
segment,
crew,
chop
please.
shop. We don't discuss these
International
high
backward
schools.
rap,
Waldo
by the way.
gave a look. I want to get that for a
International
minute.
backward rap.
That look was classic. So we got world famous Waldo kicking it. We got AKA Ruff, Greg
Where
Dawson in
you
the
on?
building. And we got Tonya Lavender and Blcqwildflwr kicking it. Let me ask you something. When you come up with your poetry, this is what I really want to get into. you get in your creative space, correct? Well, what is your give me what's your thought process of putting together your
I have to live, meaning I have to experience things.
Okay.
So I can literally be right here with y'all right now and say, "Ooh, that was a line," and I write that down. That may take 5 years to develop into an entire piece, you know. So
Okay.
it's really like having a puzzle. And in my mind, I can maybe understand what I'm trying to communicate, but maybe I don't yet know how to place all the pieces together. Maybe I don't have all the pieces yet. So how my process goes is to allow myself to live first, and then asking yourself more questions, right? You have to be curious about your own life and about your own self, and like, you writing down what, girl? And then you look in, you say, okay, all right, so let me ask myself, okay, so how do I feel about that? So it's a real process, I would say, and it can take, a poem that took me 5 years long is one of my best pieces. So it really takes time to develop, and what my process just looks like is trusting myself and knowing when it's not done yet, or knowing when it's a draft, or knowing when it's time to send this to my teammate to look at it and give me some, critique back on what that looks like. It's all about trusting the process. I don't always know what I want to talk about sometimes. It just comes. It's divine.
Okay.
So I got a question for you. So as far as you developing your process and all of that stuff, you want to get your own process and get everything down. But what would you give as far as advice to someone who is just trying to get into poetry? Say I want to write a poem. What advice would you give me to get started in getting into the poetry?
Stop worrying about writing a poem and just write. Just write. Like, stop worrying about, I want to write a poem. I want to write a song. I want to make it a thing. First, we need to just write. And that may mean, because a person has to figure out for themselves, what does peace or solitude looks like for you? What does your creative environment need to look like or reflect for you to feel comfortable enough to even write your emotions out? Maybe you need to be around people. Maybe you don't. Maybe you need to sit back a little bit, drink your little water, have your music playing. It ain't
gonna be water. I promise you.
Wine, water, liquor, smoke a blunt, whatever you need.
I didn't hear that at all.
Well, that's okay. Whatever you need.
Yeah, whatever you into. Whatever you into.
Whatever inspires you.
Yeah, we all have different things.
Or helps you become real, chill, right? And then I would just say write. Just literally write. It doesn't need to be a structured thing. You just write. And maybe, give yourself, if you want to write on the topic, you can write on the topic. Or, you can also time yourself if you want to. Say, okay, I'm going to put my time on for 5 minutes. I'm going to just write. The best thing I would ever say, if you want to start any type of poem or anything like that you want to write, is just to write. Get that draft or that understanding of the concept and your thoughts down first. And you might see, it's one line. Oh, okay, from that little thing, I want to say that. That's what I actually want to say. Then you start anew, So I would just say, just write. It don't need to be nothing fancy.
Sareva commented, great question, babe.
Oh, okay.
Don't encourage them.
Yeah.
No, Waldo always gets great questions. World famous. I'm telling you, how can you not love it?
Just write.
But tell them, when she first really started writing, like when she was going to Blake, all her poems was about Jesus. All her poems was about God or what have you. And she had to she used to carry her Bible to church. And so when you asked her what was you asked her what was her why, but that was her world then. And then when she started living in different situations and things that happened,
That water turned into wine. Yeah.
I think.
But that's the truth. But listen. When you listen, especially like, and I know not poetry, but like another folk MCs.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that MC producers, they need that beverage, that whatever it is, whatever your vice is. To get in their face, and we talk.
I was hoping you'll say, well, some guys they'll go into the good book because I have a little.
That's not where you're going.
Right, but I'm saying, but you should make a thing like.
But when I go into a courtroom, I actually open up the Bible, catch it. I just drop it, open, and say, "Let's go."
But like you sit back and
don't read it though.
Right, but we talk about 70s music like me and Dog and there's a lot of guys that created great music, and I knew they couldn't have been in their right mind when they put this together.
Well, and maybe they just needed that to loosen up whatever they had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would
if you
say
do that on the microphone,
but he was very
even before that, like being able to practice with maybe being able to do that first, and then because what you don't want to do is allow that to be a crush for you, where you're like, man, every time I want to write a poem, I gotta smoke. You know what I mean? It's like you still want to be able to have the opportunity to just write out how you feel without any influence. But at the same time, if you need whatever you need to make you feel like, okay, this helps me loosen up, that's cool. But I would just also encourage a person to also be able to do that without that vice, right? So you could see clearly when you was on that's how you felt, and then now when you had your clear thought, that's how you felt as well.
How many poems do you have?
Woo!
Man, you kidding me?
I got a lot of poems.
I mean, just give me that like 500,000.
I wouldn't say 500,000. I would say, man, I got poems from when I was a kid. I still have the writings. I
still got
carry.
the journal you got them in?
I still got that first diary. When I
Okay.
liked that boy when I was 8. Okay, so I still got that. I still have all of those things. Man, I would just say hundreds. I would say I have hundreds of writings in my phone. I have several notes. I mean, in my phone I have voice notes. A new thing too, I learned actually my poems come from conversations. So you have to know your process too, because
I'm
some
gonna write a
people.
poem and I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
Well, Luther and them used to do that. Luther said he always kept the what's it called, little recorders.
Yeah.
Yeah, record. You might be
A
in a
lot of guys
moment.
did music.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
they spend when something comes to it. That's
Yeah.
even like I
melody.
saw.
I got a program called Otter. You just talk into it and they record.
Oh, I know some people that don't even write at all. I know some poets that don't write.
They just
They
freestyle.
literally don't
Right.
write. Not that they freestyle. What they do is it's a process of training your mind. It's memorization.
Oh, they write in their head.
Yeah, I can teach you how to memorize something in 5 minutes.
Talam AC, he
Yeah.
writes in his head. Talam does it.
Yeah.
But what's funny, I'm gonna let you go and I'll wait on you. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was just gonna tell her you doing your 4th book, right?
I'm on my 3rd book.
Your third.
Oh, okay.
official, yeah. I'm on my 3rd
You
book.
an author too? Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
Let's just put that in. Yeah, let me know
Oh,
what
let
you
me
got
tell you
going on.
about me. I am a regional national champion. I am a 3-time author. I am a performance etiquette coach. I'm a business owner. Man, y'all, I do a plethora of things and I be working so much, I be forgetting what I be doing. Yes, I have, my books are on Amazon, and it's a collection of poetry. I'm working on the 3rd one now. It's called Lavender. Super excited. I just turned 30, so it's really just a dedication
Okay,
of like,
man.
Okay.
walking into, you
Okay.
know,
You a drug dealer? I see you got your chain on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
30 being able to be all of who I am and not the expectation of what people thought that I should be or who I should be. And so, being able to dive into that, I'm super, super excited about that as well. And I don't know, this time I might not self-publish. My editor, she's trying to encourage me to go with the bigger source and start getting my books out into, other places as well, like, books, Barnes and Noble and stuff like that. So I just may go that
Get that
route.
information out to the people,
What
man.
are your titles now? Do you self-publish, but give everybody what you do?
Yeah, everybody knows what you
We'll
got
buy
going
books.
on, man. Yeah,
The name of my books?
I'll actually read it, but
Hey, you can read it. You can hold it as a collection,
I
something
can
to your
spell.
heart.
I can't read.
I understand.
Yeah.
My first book actually was entitled Rooted. I lied. No. My first book was entitled On Bruised Knees. I wrote that when I was 17 years old in high school. And then my second book was called Rooted. I actually released that in 2019. And now my third is going to be Lavender. And I will be releasing that this year. Super excited with that as well. But I wanted to really take my time with that book and not just say, I just had to put something out there.
and
You know what I'm
the
saying?
author's,
Make sure
the
it's
author's
right.
name on the
Right.
book is
Blcqwildflwr.
And on bruised knees is from prayer, correct?
Well,
here you go.
when I wrote that, actually, I think that it was about, because at the time I was very religious when I was younger. And so it was more so about when people had anything that they had faced, challenges that face, people get down on one knee. They might be crying, they might be praying, they might be begging, whatever it may be. But I had this concept of bruised knees, because I think it was a quote that I think I came up with it. It was just like the scars our knees carry are caused by the concrete we choose to walk on. So to me, it was just truly about like the journey that you walk on in life. You might fall down, you might have this situation here or there, but that's how I based the book when I was 17. Off of that.
And where can we find?
That should go right there. They go rooted.
Yeah,
That's rooted.
Right there.
Okay.
You won't be able to find on Bruised Knees. I only have literally like 2 more versions of that. It's like exclusive copies
have some
for my mom.
I'll bring
yeah. So that's that. Yeah.
And Rooted, is that on Amazon? Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yes, absolutely. So
Right there.
I have
okay.
some of those.
For
Free
sure.
delivery. Okay, yeah.
It got big words in there because I can't.
I don't know what big
Pictures-
words
is
are to you because I
pictures in
said I was phenomenal. And he said it's a big
Well, you
word.
said plethora. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you said plethora. I was like, ooh, okay.
okay. You know, well, you know, it's all
C-spot
different type of
run,
things in
you ain't
there.
got none of that.
Yeah.
Not C-spot run, okay.
No, it's not. It's not that.
Okay,
It's
we
really my
tried it.
life journey, and coming into womanhood initially, what that was like for me, and what I was rooted in, and the difference in my life, and experiencing all of that. I have been able to come into and speak towards. Now, this book, we're going to get to the new one. We're going to get into the.
We're going to get funky there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we ain't being cute no more.
Okay.
Well, we're going to take our last break. Tori, pull the groceries up. We got
And by the way, black is spelled how?
BLACQWILDFLOWR.
Aura.
Okay.
No.
You know why I asked that question? Because when I glanced at the screen, I said, "Oh, okay." Like squid is not spelled SQUID, it's SQWYD. But
Yeah,
those
Q for
I'm kinda
queen,
combining
black
that.
queen.
SQ
absolutely.
what you doing. That's what it is.
That's right.
SQ what you doing. I get it. I got it. I figured that though. Pull up Conan's real quick, man. Best barbecue in the city, man.
Ooh, barbecue.
Yeah, Conan. You ain't been to Conan?
Not yet, but
Hey, why
I
you
love
bring it?
barbecue.
I ain't never had that before. Why you ain't bring
Well,
it?
that's shame
to
on
be
you
nice.
then.
Well, that's the point of the
That's
plug.
shame. No, that's shameful. That's
I
shameful.
had some.
Oh, okay. So now you being an
I'm
actor.
just
Okay.
playing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just,
I love barbecue.
Tori, please mute up, Mike. Conan's Barbecue
You
Tavern.
already did.
Pull them up, 1510 North Hubert, 813-870-0404. Then we're going to hit
Ooh, that too.
Wingstop. Pull them up. We got 9 locations that rock with Chop Shop, so we're grateful for that. 9 locations out the Bay Area, 2115 East Hillsborough. What's that by Waldo?
Oh, Club Alibi.
Yeah,
Right there in the trap.
813-559-1527. Level 2.
Right across the street.
Rumors, for you old school throwbacks. Then we got 10019 North Dale Mabry. Right about Club Joy, 813-374-3560. Yeah, Chichi used to say that. Then if you out there in Polk County, you slide by Club Kathleen, 4217 South Florida, 863-450-2353. Out about Malibu, you probably been to Malibu before, 14915 North Florida,
I know you done been to Malibu.
813-851-0088. Then we also out there, the new one out there, 107 South Dale Mayberry, 813-551-2423, right there, Dale Mayberry Kennedy. If you out there, the outlet bar, give you shop on 23048,
Yeah.
Florida Highway 54, 813-705-9464. Then if you out there deep in Western Chapel, right there by the Target, 1219 Bruce B. Downs, 813-536-0222. Where it all started, 2776 North Fowler. That's right there by the old Kinko's. You be over there, Chili's. 813-903-9464. Then Chop Shop headquarters, 9305 North 56, 813-373-5174. I went by Blockbuster. They still got your name for some old videos you ain't turned back in. Turn it back in when you get a chance. So we're gonna take our last break. We come back. We're gonna hit these ladies with this good rapid fire. So this is gonna be good. Give us a quick minute. We right back.
Pull back up, Torres, because
Pull what back up?
her book cover.
We off?
No. Don't go to cussing. Don't go.
Don't drink it on our
That woman
account.
was still gonna be
What's
up.
going on, good people? This is the last segment of Chop Shop. You're
She
truly
trying to
EZDZ,
drink it fast. Now she
a.k.a.
about to
Ruff,
drown
Greg
on
Dells. World famous Waldo
What?
Day City's finest kicking
You
it with us.
welcome.
Pull up a rapid fire. This segment brought to you by my good friend Dick Wilson, Renee Smith. Rapid fire. They Boss Hog and Company LLC. Your load our strength.
Yes.
Renee Admin Smith at bosshoggllc.com. You can check them out. 813-364.
And shout out to
4390.
Nick, man. Nick came and bought 10 sandwiches from me yesterday.
Yeah, Nick on the road. Oh, I thought they was on the road. Okay. Good stuff, Nick.
Nick was at the house yesterday.
Okay. 813-419-1620.
Sandwiches for what? What you say?
There you go. Whenever you're ready, let's go and pull rapid fire up there.
What?
So ask y'all some questions. Ain't nothing crazy. Don't be alarmed. You ain't been
Yeah, we
interrogated.
finna ask you. Yeah, we finna ask you all kind of
No,
questions.
hold on.
So just go ahead and get ready. Go ahead, you ready.
You can't be recording me. See it.
Anyway, one shot. This is real easy. This is real easy. You having fun with this. Okay. Let me ask you this real quick. You spoke about you like to eat. What's your favorite food?
Man,
All them good restaurants in Houston.
I love seafood. Look, can I just do a?
Yeah, go ahead. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I love seafood.
Papa those.
No, I ain't said that. I love me a
Wow.
good. I love me a good crab boil.
Crab boil. Okay.
Yeah, I like a good crab boil.
Okay. Favorite food.
Yeah.
What's your
I ain't
favorite
saying
food?
Papa Do's bad.
You said it like that though. That was you. You was real disrespectful.
Well, you gotta give us something that's rapid fire. Well, you gotta
We
give us
got very
something.
friends. Papa Do's is
I'ma
friends
say
of the
seafood,
program.
Seafood. Okay. All right.
I love Papa Do's.
Drums or flats?
Oh, flats all day. Come on.
Flats.
Ranch or
Flavor.
blue cheese?
Don't disrespect.
Mix them both.
Huh?
Okay.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Yeah,
No
blue
ranch
cheese.
for me.
Okay. I mean, don't be pressing. I mean, yeah, don't.
No,
yeah.
it's blue cheese for real.
It's
But I
blue
like them
cheese?
both. But if I had to choose one, it
Yeah,
would
to
be blue
choose.
cheese. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite all-time movie?
Yeah, see, she here. You got time to think. It's not hard. You just say the color purple. That's
Yeah, that's fine. That's what you
Not
feel.
the
I mean,
color.
that's what you feel. I mean, it's the old one. I mean, whichever you like. I
My
mean,
man hard to
all my life. Just feel free with it. You with family. Feel free with it.
I watch so many movies. I can't pick. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
okay.
can I
then-
please
a hard
can I
question.
pass?
No. I tell you,
that's
who's
hard.
Who you gonna pass it to?
your
It's your
favorite?
go.
Who's your favorite actor? Favorite actor or actress? Can we do that?
Oh man.
She can't do that either. We need another. Bring somebody
Yeah,
else.
this ain't the SAT.
Okay,
Just pretty simple.
Okay, one of my favorite.
Go ahead.
One of my favorite, of course, I gotta say Denzel.
Denzel.
I
Okay.
mean, one of my favorite.
Is there a favorite Denzel movie that you can go to? You can watch every day.
Training Day.
Okay. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite
I watch
actor?
Training Day every day. I'm gonna tell
My
you why.
favorite
You don't know
actor?
what actor
Or
it is.
favorite movie? Who's your favorite movie?
Man, I do watch a lot of movies. I would say, I don't know. I really like Will Smith. I feel like he can do a lot of different movies.
What's your
and do
favorite
a-
Will movie?
See, I said I liked his acting.
But I mean, Will been all over the
He
board.
been all
Will
over.
got a lot of different stuff that you go.
I don't know.
You
I
can't
like
go
The
wrong
Pursuit
with
of
Will.
Happiness. I thought that was
That's a
a very
great movie.
good
That's a very
I thought
great
that was
movie. That's a great
touching
movie.
I like that.
Okay, music. We go do a little music with you. Let's just say they ain't got no flights. You got to drive to Houston. 3 musical artists. I'm finna ask you the same question. So get yourself ready.
Period.
Living or dead? What's in your calendar? Who you riding with?
FKJ is a international artist who is really, really dope. So I'm lifting
I've
FKJ.
never heard of them before.
Yeah, we never heard of them before.
Plug in FKJ literally will change your life just because it's just good vibrations and
What
good energy.
genre, though?
Electronic.
Okay.
That's
not
Check.
my thing.
That's okay. That's my thing because he has me.
Yeah.
Okay, and next I will go with Erica. I can listen to any Erica Badu. Absolutely. And then last on what I'm on right now, I probably would listen to Megan Thee Stallion because I love Megan Thee Stallion.
And she
Like,
from the H. So what's your favorite all time? What's your favorite? I like it. What's your favorite Erica Badu song all time?
on and on.
I like Other Side of the Game.
Dang,
throw it out
I
there.
like on and on. I
Okay,
like
old
On and
school.
On.
What you rocking with? Your 3
I
artists.
don't like these questions.
Well, it's not.
just-
Good Lord.
I tell you what. Hey,
Yeah, and he gonna pass class.
yeah, I'm gonna get a whooping too then.
So,
I'm next.
what
Go
was
ahead.
the question again? You said, if I'm,
What's your,
what
What
you
was
on?
your-
if your child would do that at school, they would got a whoop.
You traveling to Houston to go see your daughter. Can't get no flight. You got to drive. You got to take 3 musical artists that you traveling with. They catalogs of music. Who would those 3 be?
One of them.
But we're trying to get 3, so just, we're only here for a certain amount of time.
But you said I'm traveling, I can't get no flight, so that means I got to be in a certain piece.
Okay.
So I'm going, one of them going to be Marvin Sapp.
Okay, that's
Because
fair.
I'm sorry, I like my guy. My
Okay,
guy.
that's cool.
for what you like.
The
Yeah, I'm
next
telling
one's
you.
going to be William Murphy.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, I love him too.
Okay.
And then,
Kodak.
who?
You went through all one. You done broke a whole train of thought. Don't do that
I'm trying
to
to calm down a little bit. I might throw a little Mary on in there.
Oh,
Now,
Mary,
don't
yeah,
ask
that's
me.
true.
Don't
You
ask me to
Mary.
pick.
Which Mary or Mary J?
Mary
Mary J.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I ain't know what vibe we was
And
on.
our last, okay, and our last, okay, and our last,
That's
our
what
last,
Mary J
our
can
last
Play that
question.
anytime.
Any person that you can have a conversation with, living or dead, who would that be?
Today,
Right now.
it would be my father.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Thank
It would
you.
be my Uncle Doug.
Okay, good stuff, good
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Why y'all ain't say Jesus?
before
Because he's not dead.
He said living or dead.
we get out
I
of
talk to
here,
him every day.
He asked me. I
He's
said,
risen, remember?
yeah. Before we get out of here,
said
any
living or
any
dead.
shout outs
He
y'all
said
want to
living or
give
That's true.
to the people? Any shout outs you want to acknowledge? Anybody?
I want to acknowledge not just one person. Anybody that's out there that want to buy a house and don't know how, call me. My email address is on the screen. My phone number is 813-373-0244, Flourishing Foundations Realty Group. Or you can drive down 56 Bush or anywhere else and you'll see one of my bus shelters up there too with my phone number.
Okay.
I want to take this moment to shout out to my mom. She's always just been a really awesome support of anything I do. We don't always, agree on everything, but I really appreciate this. I literally was at the house and she was like, "Oh, you gonna come to my show?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going." "Oh, you want to be on this?" Like, she's just so awesome, and even in a spontaneous way of being able to invite me to stuff and network with different people, I really love her and I'm really proud of you. It feels so amazing to come to Tampa and literally see your face everywhere and see the things that you're doing. So I want to shout out to my mom for always being a hard support for me and always making sure that I'm good. So I appreciate you.
Turtle that player. All right. Sorry if you don't mind. Last thing we're gonna do is get everybody out of here. Pull up what I sent you for the book bag drive this upcoming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Dade said they're gonna be out of town. Yeah, we're going to see.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
You put them again.
In fact, we're going to the game Friday, man, down in Miami, man. Shout out to MP9.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be
cool.
major. Then we go right there. Humble Hustle present the back to school giveaway. We doing this
Hey, D,
Friday.
I just want to say, y'all got too many book bags. I want some of my money back, bro. Y'all supposed to have that many book bags, bro. Y'all supposed to have like 200-300 book bags. How many y'all got?
840.
Yeah,
Wow.
I need some of my money
That's
back.
amazing.
But y'all,
That's good.
When you coming to get them Sunday?
I'm gonna be at the drive.
Oh, you gonna
So
be
you
out
gonna take
there?
'em at the drive?
So you get a lot of people down there. You mind, bro? Hold on, bro. You do it, bro. Bro, I bought these.
I paid for these over here. These over here.
Hey, you gonna get the colors you want?
Right.
All these mine right here, bro. No.
That's
Go over there with D. He got yours. These mine right here. These $2 over here. You can pay for these. So yeah, we're gonna do it Friday. We're gonna start out Friday 3 to 8. Saturday. Ruff, you gonna be able to make it out, or you moving around this week?
I'll be consulting.
Okay.
I'm proud of you,
Thank
man.
you. I'll tell you, me too. We're 1510 North Hubert, Saturday, August 10th, 12 to 7. Then on Sunday, August 11th, 12 to 5. So Waldo did say he coming to take kids. So whatever we got left after what he take there, that was gonna be available for the children.
Right.
When's the second game in Atlanta?
The 23rd.
23rd. They in Baltimore the 17th.
Yeah.
I may have to go there because I know I'm supposed to have surgery on the 30th. So okay.
Oh yeah, definitely get well with that. So I didn't want to recognize those that donated, man. I really appreciate it because it was definitely not something
Save
that
my
was
name
done.
for last.
Yeah,
Don't mind last.
You want yours last? Okay. Well, I want to thank those that's in the studio. We'll get the Waldo last, but Chop Shop Elevated Designs, Falkenberg Productions, GD Naps, Conan's Barbecue, Boss Hog LLC, Auto Repair Center. I also want to thank Sister Mary Clark, Miguel Flores, my nephew JC, and Mary Puppins, Ursula White, Braylon Hardy, my man Kyle McDowell, Nosa Owens, my sister Carlita, Nina Duncan, Nina and Curly, Tamika Jackson, cousin Angela Holloway, Bobby and Nikki Johnson, Tanisha Juan Hubbard, Chris Robinson, my man Ira, IT Bell Bosman,
Great dude.
parents Gary and Bernice, Angelina
Yeah, he funny too.
Hickman, Sarath and Brandon McClendon, Tiffany Hazel, my cousin Reggie Knight, Tanisha Joseph, Angela Bloodsaw, my little homie Dante Dipset, Ty Thigh, I like that name. That's fly. My boy Ryan Massey, William Hoyt, my sister Derica, Adrian Selena Jackson, Eric and Fast
Stop
Williams,
crying.
Orion Giovanna McCants, Cher Crum, my brother Clint, Christy Ross, Felicia Chester, Brandy Boyer, Pam Mingo, my homegirl Nunu, Ann Davis,
New.
Isa with Salida House, Gina Belair with Reju, Asia Johns, my brother Dante and Tima Miller, my brother
What's up, Don?
Lulu Robinson, Linda Gillens, Deidre Jenkins, and that's it. So, and then also, King's Care, Waldo and Tariva Woodard, also, and Vibes.
Thank you.
There you go. I did that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we got 840 book bags. So I would recommend people to come. What day you coming back? Because I want to make sure we have.
I might don't go. I might don't go. Y'all got too many book bags.
We'll watch the game at Kodak.
Hey, and by the way, if you get that, don't forget the Kyle McDowell book. Let me know so I can take 25% off your service. And that's actually a great book, inspirational, and
We.
some great
Begin with we.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, begin
So-
with we.
Nice.
So we put the Super 12 out. We got games coming up on the 23rd. So y'all get ready for that. So just want to thank y'all. Everybody played a part in this.
I ain't agree with a lot of it, but go ahead.
Okay, we can discuss that. I mean, I'm open to it. I asked y'all to submit y'all. Did nobody submit theirs?
No, I wasn't submitting. I just ain't agree.
You just
with
didn't
it.
agree? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. We agree.
I think there's
Well, Jefferson should have been included.
University Thomas Jefferson High School should always be included.
Oh,
but my
no.
point is, you know what's really alarming is how many
What is it called?
private schools you had on your list.
That's what's going on there.
Jefferson.
If you
That's
ask
the
how many of the people sitting at the desk have a school that can say we have Hall of Famers in that
Yeah,
state
please mute his
championship?
mic. So,
Okay.
so we got the book
Hey,
band drive
hey,
coming
don't
up. I
hate us
don't know
for
why he
operating.
keep doing that, man. That's every week.
Hey,
Every week we do the show. It's a Jefferson University plug.
I don't know what that is.
Never fail.
University of.
It's not even a real school.
I never. I thought they had closed it down.
Ask them people there was that plant they were trying to sit over there.
So,
That hate is something else. How many championships y'all got?
We don't got none.
well, yeah, like I say, safe
How many
travels
Hall of
to
Famers?
safe travels to my man Dade. And also, man, keep my young homie Lil Spoolie in prayer, man. Like I say, laid his wife to rest this past weekend, man. So
Yeah, Saturday.
that's tough. You know what I'm saying? I reached out to him Saturday and just let him know, we here for you, man. So I know it's a process, but like I said, but with prayer, we can definitely get through it. So for Blcqwildflwr
He ain't even say it right.
Tonya Lavender,
He could read
kicking it with
myself.
us. I can read it myself.
I got your
Right.
book.
And
so.
I know how to spell vegetable. I'm ready.
She does too.
I'm ready.
Yeah, nightmares by vegetable.
So
She make you sound it out. She make you write it.
we got the world, like I said, the world.
Whoa!
Mom.
You gotta write it 10 times.
Man, Torres behind the scenes doing his thing. Thank you for what you do. Dade City, welcome back. I know Ruff got surgery coming up, man, so we're gonna keep you in prayer. So
You done ran out of PTO days, bro.
now you're gonna take FMLA short term.
Okay.
Disability. Like, how do you when they pregnant? How do maternity leave when they pregnant? You gonna take maternity leave. So
No, I'm actually.
Paternity, you gonna say paternity
I
leave.
actually have my collar on when I go to the September 10th.
oh, you have a neck brace on?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be. And when Calvin leave?
05, bro.
He leaves on the 19th.
Okay,
He's on
Calvin.
the 15th. He'll be.
Okay, Calvin getting out of here. Okay, we got one more show for Calvin to do.
And then my daughter's on her next rotation. She'll have her Farm D on certain next year.
Okay. So I want to thank y'all for coming out. We're gonna pick games on the 19th. They're gonna be good. Jefferson got sickles that week, so
I like
We're
sickles.
gonna.
I like
already
Yeah.
you like sickles right now.
And then.
I like us
Now
against
and later,
everybody.
just like the
Everybody.
candy.
Okay.
Just like the candy.
Wow,
now
wow,
and
wow.
later.
We ain't gonna put Doss on the spot about the record yet. We'll just wait. We'll wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna root for us until the day until the casket drops. Put my J's in there.
Okay. Well, with that being said, gonna be a long season. So keep God first. Love your family. When you see us, holler. We back at it next Monday on the 12th, man. Thanks for y'all watching. Thanks for the support. Good night.
Give us 5 more years.
Yeah.
Huh? We're gonna be there.